Hello, welcome back. Today is a positive video. I've realized I've talked a lot of smack on the raw vegan diet recently. I don't want to be talking negative, and I'm not really talking negative, I'm just talking realistic. I'm telling people, it's so hard to stay raw, you need all the tricks in the world to stay raw, you have to sacrifice this, you have to sacrifice that, you have to, oh my god, like, I make it sound like it's not worth it. So I've been thinking, and so yeah, today I want to be positive. I want to explain you all the reasons that I can think of at this moment of why to be raw, fully raw, obviously. There's a lot, and I can tell you as many as I can now, and I stop the video and then I'll think of more. Maybe I should add them and make a really long video, and then you're gonna see different backgrounds, different clothes. So, all right. Somebody asked me this. I mean, people ask me this a lot. But having time to answer, there was this one time, there was this girl, she came, and she asked me this, and I started naming the reasons. I'm like, damn, I don't talk about that enough. I don't say it enough. There's so many beautiful reasons on staying fully raw. Come on, boys. Look at that. With my dogs. Oh. Took off. Yeah, he's quick. I got 3 dogs. Anyway, so fully raw. Why fully raw? The benefits are obvious. I'm sure you've heard all the benefits. You probably want that. I can start there, all right? And then we're going to go into the more personal, more deep. So, all right, advantages. Generally speaking, you get a much better skin, much cleaner skin, if you care about that. You're gonna have better digestion. Like, oh my god, like, wow. It's like no more bloating, no more acidity. You eat, you feel good. There's no like up and down, there's no heaviness. You just feel good. And the bowel movements, it's clean, it's steady, and it's 3 times a day, and it's like, oh, I don't know. It just feels good to go to the bathroom. It feels great. So yeah, amazing digestion. And then you're feeling light. No more heaviness. I've said that, but generally speaking, your energies are you just feel lighter. Sorry, I'm on a hike right now, and I'm trying to find my way back. There's just so many little trails like this that are just branching off. I think I'm all right. So yeah, okay. Feeling light is great. You just have energy. It's like when you're young, you feel you have a lot of energy. If you're under 30, it might not be as obvious. But I've heard a guy recently who's 22, and he was saying that when he's fully raw, he feels a lot more energy. I'm like, okay, cool. So, but personally, I never really felt that. I always felt like I have a lot of energy. Maybe because I have a superpower. It's called ADHD. I'm very hyper. I have a hyperactivity disorder. But it took me a long time to see the difference of quitting and going back. I mean, going back to raw, going back to cooked, going back to raw, going back and forth like this. And to be honest, it's really when it's been a few months for me. When I've been fully raw for like 2-3 months, then I go back to raw, cooked. Then of course there's this horrible transition, can last like a month of being super acidic, a lot of acid reflux. The digestion is just horrible, and then you get normal. Like if you eat a cooked food diet, you're just kind of like steady. Like it's not that bad. Because when you go raw, you lose that vulnerability, you lose that protection, you lose that plaque in your stomach. So you become very sensitive, and if you go back to cook, holy cow, does it hurt! Ugh, just so much mucus. For me anyway, it's horrible. So after that, I can tell the difference, you know. I can tell the difference, you know, from that state, because the transition to cooked food is not to compare with. It's just really nasty and it's temporary. But when I'm done with all with all of this, I can tell that it's different. But otherwise, most people, they all admit that when you're fruitarian, it's so good. You feel so light, you have so much energy. It's like a child. Like the children, this beautiful energy that they have. I think that's kind of natural. I would say that's our state. Of course, we're slower because we're bigger. But generally, we should be playful. We should just feel like doing things. Get up and do stuff. If you're not proactive, you're maybe constipated somewhere in your body, somewhere. Your brain, your guts, your lymph. So, yeah. Feeling light, amazing. Oh my God, so many symptoms. I mean, side effects of being fully raw. You can say you can heal your vision. You know, people have changed their colors, the color of their eyes, from brown or like hazel. Because if you have brown eyes, they say it's brown forever. But if you have hazel brown, it's gonna go to blue. If you have green eyes, it will go to blue. Fantastic. So, what else? Okay, let's get deeper a little bit because this is boring. Everybody knows, you know, this like having more energy, you know, or you think clearer. Yeah, this one I can't avoid that one. I can't go past that. It's definitely a thing. Your brain is much cleaner. There's a lymphatic system in your brain. I don't know if you know that. It's been discovered like 20 years ago only. That we have a lymphatic system in the brain, which changes everything. We have toxins in the brain. So clean this out. Fasting really helps. It's like the first symptom of fasting is clearer mind, clearer thoughts. People, I have a friend who's schizophrenic, and I told him every time, and he does it every time now. When he goes on a psychosis, he starts fasting right away, and he boom, he calms down. Sometimes it's not enough because, you know, he has a serious problem, but he feels it right away. It goes down, feels better. So anyway, the clearer mind is really a good, very important one. The thoughts like this all the time, like that's not natural. That's a toxic mind. These emotions, like like a lot of women. Ooh, that's not natural. That's not natural. It's not supposed to be like that. It's because toxicity. You know, with these women, they bleed like crazy also. That's the symptom. If you're a woman, you bleed, and that's not right. You're not supposed to bleed like that. If you're pregnant, whoa, now, no cramps, no vomiting, like you sleep well, you're fine. So anyway, for me, let's go personal. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. It's just nothing else makes sense. It's eating cooked is the path of addiction, and I end up binging once in a while. Then I have to start trying to quit. You know, I need like an epiphany. I need a kick in the butt. Okay, I got to stop coffee. Oh, I got to stop gluten. Like when you start eating bread, like you're off. You're really off the wagon. This is just doesn't make sense to eat gluten. It's really toxic. It's mucus forming, like highly mucus forming. And then it's like it's not enough. You need more stimulation. So you start questioning veganism. Like maybe, I don't know. You start questioning chips, fried food. You start, like going into places in your mind. You don't need to go there. And I was talking about the peace of mind. Like this is one thing about addiction is when you're off addictions, you don't think about drugs. People think that, if they quit cigarettes or cooked food, there's going to be like gaps in their lives where they're going to be like something's missing. Like when they wake up, they usually have a cigarette, or after a meal, they're gonna have a cigarette, or when they wait for the bus, they have a cigarette, and now they're gonna wait for the bus and do all these things, and there's gonna be something missing. There won't be. There's gonna be nothing. You'll just think about other stuff. The only reason you think about it is because you're craving. It's because you're detoxing that stuff. So that's a huge one. I think that's the biggest one for me. The biggest one is really the peace, the freedom of addictions. My mind is I don't think about anything about food. I don't think about my next fix. I don't think about that. I see chips, they look like paper. I look at any cooked food, it doesn't look appealing. If I go to the city, I see these restaurants everywhere, it's just not appealing. And that's when you've done a sufficient cleansing, and if you eat enough. I always say this, eat enough, eat quality, make sure you supplement, all the tricks. Okay, this video is not about giving you tricks, but watch my other videos if you want. But if you apply the tricks, you really get to that state of peace and detachment from, well, not even detachment, because there's nothing to detach yourself from. It's not passing through your brain. You don't, like, addictions will come up forever, of course. If you start cooking for your friends, family, you haven't eaten enough, whatever reason, eventually the thoughts, will come back. But if you're prepared enough, and if you listen to my tricks, like the one I did recently about writing down all the cheap excuses or great excuses, and being able to anticipate these thoughts, and just watch them and let go. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm getting off topic, I'm sorry. But advantages of staying raw: the peace, the freedom, and the assurance that I'm doing the right thing. This is very powerful. It's very, very powerful. I'm doing the right thing. It doesn't make sense to do this, then you don't do it. So you want to be, full of excuses, when deep down you know that it doesn't make sense. If you catch yourself, if you were raw vegan for a while before, and then you went off, and now you just gave up, and then you're there eating a sandwich, you're eating a big loaf of white bread, or a big bag of chips. Okay, now the conscience will talk right there. It's gonna be like a little demon, and or the little angel. He's still there. The demon's full on, very powerful, in these moments. But that little angel, still there. Anyway, so that's one. And then another reason is, another advantage that I really like about being fruitarian, it's the identity. I don't like to be too much into labels, but labels really help. They can really, really help. The word vegan actually is for a different reason. It's for political reasons. But identifying to raw veganism, fruitarianism, it's wonderful. I don't know how to say that, but I'm really happy about it. I like to share about it. Maybe it's pride, but it's enforcing, it's empowering. That's the word. It's empowering. I don't feel like I'm better than others. I don't feel like it's like I'm superior. I am proud to be fruitarian. And these things they're like, I don't know, I would say they are motivators. They are tools. You don't need them. Maybe it's better to let go of that eventually. I feel like I am eventually. Like it's been so long. I don't tell people that I'm fruitarian as soon as I meet them, or vegan at all. I've stopped. See, the vegan for me, it took I don't know how many years. A couple years. And fruitarian, yeah, now I don't really tell people. I like to show off how many bananas I eat. When I go to the grocery store and buy a box of bananas, I'm like, yep, that's my bananas for the week. Or my box of orange, like, yep, I bought 8 of those big oranges every breakfast, healthy breakfast. But that's for educational reasons, actually. I like to encourage people to eat fruits. I like to influence people to eat healthy. So yeah, so that's one of some of the massive reasons for me. I can go on and on. Man, I'll get it. One more. Personal. Oh, because it's easy. Yeah. Because you think that, what? This guy's crazy. Raw vegan, not easy. Yeah. I mean, if you're new to this, you could be anybody. I don't know who I'm talking with, but okay, I'm at my car. I'm gonna go back a little bit. And yeah, it's easy. Like, I don't have dishes. I do one section at the grocery store. And it's quick. Like, I buy my boxes of fruits once a week. Boom, it's done. And I buy the greens, the lettuce, the herbs, and that's just boom, quick, boom, and come in and out. Sometimes I stack up for a few days, yeah, but I don't have a fridge, so I buy fresh. Otherwise, yeah, so it's easy, so wonderful. No prep, no cutting, except for my salad. I will make that video. God, I will make that video of my salads. I told you before, that's the reason why I'm still fully raw. It's those salads, the dressings. It's life-changing for me. Like, my salads used to be the most boring stuff, and I thought I was all right at making salads until I discovered there's this girl who came to Pura Fruta, and she just blew my head off. Wow, like, it's not that hard. Like, it takes me 2 minutes to make it, and I live in my car. Like, I'm traveling in BC, right? Mushroom picking. So I think I have this little blender. I connect to my inverter in my car. It's a 500 watts. It's a tiny blender. And I just put all my ingredients. It takes me 2 minutes. Just throw stuff in a blender. It's not hard. and then throw it in my salad. I just eat greens like lettuce and sometimes the cauliflower. That's it. Sometimes, or just greens. That's it. Just plain leafy, like romaine or green leaf lettuce. And yeah, try to switch greens, some kale, not too much, because kale, it has to be really fresh. Anyway, so that's it, so for me it's easy. Life is amazing. So yeah. What else? I think that's it. I think positive enough. Stay raw. It's fun. It's worth it. It's empowering. And it's saving the world. I should say that you're doing the right thing. You're helping the world. You're healing the world. You're giving your money to fruit growers. You're not helping. You're not giving your money to while a lot of it is monoculture, but they're trees. Bananas. You can argue, but I've lived on those banana plantations. It's messed up, but they don't spray on the fruit. For what it's worth, they do spray, but I think it's a low amount. The spray they put for the herbs, it's not Roundup. It's another one that is milder. Because I live around these plantations in Costa Rica, and I talk to the workers, and the spray they put, it doesn't even kill it's like, here's an example. Like, I don't know if I can make an example here. I don't know, like there's a plant, and there's like there's the roots, like here's the roots, and then there's the plant and the leaves, the greens, and then there's that little stem, like sprout. It's white. Every weed, those are weeds I'm talking about. It starts growing right there, and it's white. It doesn't even kill that. It kills what is green. What is maybe not exactly what is green, but it kills, mildly, so I don't know. The dates, growing dates, pretty easy. It's in the desert, whatever. So you're saving the world. You're showing people how to be healthy. You're giving a good example. Your energy, all this. You don't even need to talk. They'll eventually ask you questions. Anyway, the advantages are so many, but it's the right thing. That's the most important for me, is the right thing. I think I've said this like 4 times already. It's the most important. But you get my energy. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. So just do the right thing. Anyway, enough for today. Bye.